Good evening and welcome. I'm Vincent McCory. This is Africa 54. As the floodwaters recede in cyclone hit southern Africa, officials are starting to assess medium and long-term requirements, including food security, health needs, and improving disaster preparedness. UN humanitarian chief Mark Lowcock said Tuesday that hundreds of thousands of hectares of agricultural land have been essentially put out of use in the short term by Cyclone Idai. Cyclone Idai slammed into Mozambique, Malawi, and Zimbabwe in mid-March, bringing powerful winds, major rains, and storm-side flooding. Nearly 900,000 people have been confirmed dead across the three countries. Many more are missing, and hope is fading for them to be found alive, and that is 900 people. Even before Idai wreaked havoc, parts of this region faced food insecurity. Inconsistent rains combined with an economic crisis had 5.3 million people in Zimbabwe in humanitarian need. The United Nations says an additional 270,000 people require assistance. The world body has issued an appeal for $394 million to cover emergency needs for 3 months for the three countries. Only $46 million have been promised so far. Additional appeals will come later for long-term requirements. More than 700 people have died in southern Africa following Cyclone Idai. Many bodies still have not been found, but there is frustration as relatives often lack the tools to bury those that have been found. Sam Holder of Reuters reports.
The floodwaters are finally receding, but now comes the painful task of finding and burying the victims of Cyclone Idai. Some still don't know where their loved ones died. Others were buried, but quickly, in a landscape that's been remoulded by water.
There's no way to cross to where my mother is buried. I don't know exactly where my mother is buried. I don't know exactly where my mother's grave is, whether it's here or there.
Over 700 people died across southern Africa. Burying family members is hard enough, but many survivors have lost everything, so now rely on help from the Red Cross.
We provide equipment and basic things like spades and hoes, just to even dig a hole, because it is so difficult out here.
The cyclone may be over, but the risks aren't. More than 1,000 cases of cholera have been confirmed in Mozambique. Almost 1 million vaccinations are arriving to prevent it spreading. That should cover most of the population for 6 months. But the damage to water and sanitation means an epidemic is possible.
Well, that report by Sam Holder of Reuters. Angolan healthcare professionals are also in Mozambique, assisting those affected by Cyclone Idai in Beira, the worst-hit city. Aid workers are helping contain the outbreak of fast-spreading cholera. Up to 900,000 people are expected to be vaccinated starting this Wednesday. Ntuma Mendes, a senior nurse at Luanda's pediatric hospital, David Banadino, leads one of the Angolan medical teams.
We're going to do healthcare treatments, treating women, children and adults here. We are promoting healthy habits in terms of hygiene, advising the residents because we have seen that problems with water and food may occur. We will talk about personal and public health and will mentor the population to preserve their resources in order to avoid further problems than those already caused by the cyclone. What worries us are the diseases that may occur, like chronic diseases, respiratory diseases, malnutrition, especially in children. We have to control other pathologies that may occur besides the ones that are already happening. Malaria is possible, in addition to diarrheal diseases, acute respiratory problems and malnutrition. Well, we are here because of the size of the problem. We will keep helping them, and whenever we see that there is a reduction, that the situation is under control, I believe the Mozambican government will collaborate with us because we are here to assist. We won't change what exists here. We are only monitoring, helping in collaboration with the Mozambican professionals.
Well, that was Ntuma Mendes, an Angolan healthcare professional, speaking to VOA in Beira, Mozambique.